L.
Madam Chair,
Supervisor Bailey.
I'd like to move approval of item J, K, and L, or item J.
Item J. Okay.
Second.
Motion made for item J, seconded by Supervisor Bodie. Any discussion?
Madam Chair.
Supervisor Lawson.
Thank you. I appreciate that. In the past, I have voted against this resolution every time it has come to the board for a proclamation of Pride Month. I've had several reasons, including religious liberties, and I've expressed those. So everybody that's in the chamber is familiar with my position on my record of voting against Pride Month. And it hasn't changed. Matter of fact, I believe even more that this movement has evolved into something unrecognizable, even to people who supported gay rights, like gay rights in the workplace, for example. Even a lot of those supporters cannot even recognize today's movement of the LGBTQ. And then there's now so many acronyms behind it. And this movement has evolved into something that like I said, many people can't recognize, such as or support, such as drag queen story hour in libraries with children. The sexualization of our children is appalling to me. And this is a movement that condones it, defends it, and I can't get there. The biological males competing and dominating in female sports. As a woman, as a former athlete, and somebody who is proud that my gender has finally achieved equality after centuries of striving for it, and now we're being eliminated in certain arenas, it is beyond my comprehension. Refusal of the Supreme Court justice to define a woman, and she refused to do so. And last but not least, people that have had sexual changes, like medical procedures that have regretted it, that have regretted their sex operations. And when they regret it, they are now demonized by this very same movement that is supposed to be tolerant. I don't hate anybody. It is, first of all, against my faith to hate anybody. Matter of fact, if anything, I feel for those who I disagree with. So I just want everybody to know I'm going to vote against this again, because I think that this is a movement that is evolving to a darker and darker place for our society and our culture, and I cannot associate with this. But let me be clear, I don't hate anybody that is sitting here in this chamber that thinks that this is a great movement. So if you want to call me a bigot, I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me. But I absolutely stand against everything that this resolution and that this county government is doing to support the LGBTQ plus more. And I will proudly vote against this again this year.
I'm sorry. We don't, for whether you're for or against anything, I'll say this again. I did this last time. I'll remind everybody, if you're not new to chambers, we don't allow clapping, booing, hissing, cheering, even if it's for puppies.
Madam Chair.
I'm sorry. Sir, I can ask you to leave if you want me to. Then please, thank you very much. Is there any further discussion? I see there's further discussion. Supervisor
Madam Chair.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Either you or him.
Supervisor Canlon,
yeah,
in the middle.
Just real quick, Madam Chair, just per my longstanding personal policy, I do not vote on board proclamations or declarations, and so I will be abstaining from this vote. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Supervisor Franklin, Vice Chair Franklin.
Sure. Just want to thank the county for today's Pride event. Very good event, I think, for the first event. I hope those that participated thought so as well. I see several here in the chambers today, and so thank you to the advocates who have been striving towards equality on a lot of these issues and a lot of the groups in which are within the LGBTQIA community. Obviously, I'm fully really supportive. I will be supporting it, and I just want to thank those who it's been kind of a challenge to stand up for these issues. But thank you for your diligence, your advocacy, and looking forward to working with this community. So thank you.
Supervisor Angry, then Supervisor Bodie, then Supervisor Bailey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I've been on this board now for 3 years, served 1 year with the previous board, and even that first year, as we did this, I said, why do we continue doing this? This shouldn't be a yearly thing. It should be a common sense thing. We shouldn't have to vote on this every year to approve Pride Month. Now, I'm not going to point out anyone in this chamber, but, a lot of feelings are hurt here, and there's some young people here, that are hurt. No disrespect, Supervisor Austin, you have your opinions to this, but this is neither. I mean, as human beings, okay, if you want to be mad at anything, be mad about Adam biting the apple, because your free will came from that. And what people have a choice and a right to do today and live, all we can do is one thing that God allowed us to do is love each other. You don't have to like anybody, but you should well love them. And some of these comments that these emotions, this is not. I mean, I have zero, I can't deal with this. This is not what this is about. And there are people in this room. You can be an adult, you can have lived life, you can go on through this. I turned 54 last week, but there are young people, and I'm looking in their faces, and they are hurt. And they're in this chamber, and that is not how we need to leave this place, all right? That is not. And listen, I'm supporting this. I would even want to, at some point, stop us from doing this, because every year we go through the same thing. And tomorrow, everybody be right on these streets loving on each other. We spend this one day in this tormented place having this decision that really, come on, what is this really about? 19 kids are dead in Texas. We're sitting here talking about people's rights. I mean, we can't. This is not where this needs to be. It isn't. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Supervisor Bodie, then
Thank you,
Supervisor
Madam
Bailey.
Chair. Just wanted to echo some of what my colleagues said about this. To me, it's about, like we do with a lot of other communities in this county, uplifting, embracing the diversity that we have as a community. I said it outside. I think that we are at our best as a Prince William County when we're showing that it isn't enough just to tolerate or accept that the community exists here in Prince William County, but we're fully embracing them and uplifting them because of who they are, who they love. A lot of folks have a lot of charged feelings over this issue. I do as well, but I passionately support the LGBT community in all its forms. I appreciate everyone who came out today to support the county's first Pride event. We should be proud of this moment. You all are part of history who took part in it. I said so outside. So I just wanted to speak to everyone who is out here, who is out here for this, who supports it. We love you for who you are, who you love. We will always continue to do that. And so long as I'm sitting in this seat, you will always have a champion and a supporter in me and an ally. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Supervisor Bodie. Supervisor Bailey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to, one of the things I said earlier out in the pavilion was when it's all said and done, love conquers all. And that's what this is about. It's about love. And diversity and inclusion and equity and equality is nothing new to our country. It's absolutely nothing new. And so I take pride in celebrating Pride with you today as my brothers and sisters. And you all know that I'm a Christian. So I take pride in loving you. That's where I am with this, and I respect that. And I respect all other opinions. There are differences of opinions, and that's okay. That's what makes our world go round. And so I honor you on this day, and thank you, Madam Chair, for the opportunity to say that.
Thank you, Supervisor Bailey. Supervisor Vega.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As I stated earlier, when I decided to pull item 4I, I've abstained from supporting any of these. The first year that this was brought before this board, I obviously voted against it, and my feelings and my opinion hasn't changed. But one of the things that led me to take this personal position when it came to board proclamations and accommodations was because it does nothing to unify Prince William County. If anything, it further divides. We're going to get to public comment time, and we're going to have people with different opinions. Where is the unity in that? There is zero unity in that. And I, too, Supervisor Bailey, am a Christian. And because I am a Christian, this proclamation and the writings that it contains goes against my faith. And therefore, I would not be supporting this, but because I have this personal standing that I do not support these, I will be abstaining. But I think that it's important to note that the reason why I've decided to take said position is because folks on this day use this to get or score rather political points, and I'm not going to be a part of that.
Before we vote, I will just end with, I am grateful to be in a county where we had a pride celebration for the first time today as a county, and that I'm here and there's a proclamation honoring that. And I'm grateful to be in that kind of county, and I'm grateful to have the support of many of my colleagues with regards to that. And I'm glad for what we're doing today. I did just notice that there are people in the back, some with signs. We do need to have everybody seated per the fire marshal. So if you're here, you are welcome to take a seat. You're welcome to take a seat. But it just, the blue sign on the wall says, order the fire marshal, no standing in the back. So, thank you. With that, if we could vote, I believe there's a motion already. If we could vote on, is there a motion?
Yes.
Okay. On J, please.
Motion passes. Supervisors Bailey, Bodie, Angry, Franklin, Wheeler voting aye. Supervisor Lawson voting nay. Supervisors Canlin and Vega abstaining.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.